Hello, my friends. Welcome to English Boost Zone. I'm so happy you're here with me. Today, we will discuss about something really important. We're going to learn how to sound natural in English, like a real person having a real conversation. This episode is perfect for learners at the A2 to B2 level. That means intermediate learners. If you understand most of what I'm saying right now, you're in the right place. By the end of this podcast, you'll know the secrets that native speakers use every single day. You'll learn the small words, the contractions, and the phrases that make your English sound smooth and natural. So get comfortable, maybe grab a notebook, and let's dive in. And now I want to tell you a story. It's a story about a student named Maria, and it's probably your story too. Maria studied English for 5 years. She knew her grammar, she had a good vocabulary, her pronunciation was clear, but something was missing. One day, Maria went to a coffee shop in London. She walked up to the counter and said very carefully, "Good morning, I would like to purchase 1 cappuccino, please, thank you very much." The barista smiled, he was friendly, but Maria noticed something. He looked at her like she was speaking from a textbook. Then the person behind Maria stepped up and said, "Hey, can I get a cappuccino, thanks." Same request, same coffee shop, but it sounded completely different. That's when Maria realized something important. She didn't just need to speak correct English, she needed to speak natural English. And that's exactly what we're going to explore together today. We're going on a journey. By the end of this podcast, you'll understand the secret language that native speakers use every single day. So settle in, get comfortable, and let me tell you how English really works. Maria went home that day feeling confused. She did everything her textbook taught her, so why did she sound so different from everyone else? She decided to do an experiment. She sat in for 2 hours and just listened. She didn't study, she didn't practice, she just listened to how people actually talked. And she noticed something immediately. Nobody said I am or I will or do not. Instead, she heard I'm and I'll and don't everywhere. These are called contractions, and this was Maria's first big discovery. You see, when native speakers talk casually, we almost never say 2 words when we can say 1. It's not because we're lazy, it's because that's how natural speech flows. Think about it like water. Water doesn't flow in separate drops, it flows in a stream. English is the same way. Maria started writing down what she heard, and she realized contractions were everywhere. People said I'm going instead of I am going. They said she's working instead of she is working. They said we'll see instead of we will see. But it wasn't just positive sentences, the negative ones were even more important. Maria heard don't instead of do not, she heard can't instead of cannot, she heard won't instead of will not. Every single conversation was full of these shortcuts, and suddenly Maria understood why she sounded different. She was speaking in drops, everyone else was speaking in streams. So she made a decision. She would start using contractions in every casual conversation, not in formal writing, not in job interviews, but in normal, everyday speech. The next day, she went back to the same coffee shop. This time she said, "Hi, can I get a cappuccino, thanks?" And you know what? The barista responded differently. He relaxed. He chatted with her like she was a regular customer. That's the power of contractions. They're not just grammar, they're a signal. They tell people, I'm comfortable with English, I'm one of you. But Maria's journey was just beginning, because contractions were only the first piece of the puzzle. She noticed something else happening in conversations, something strange. People seemed to pause in the middle of sentences. They'd say things like and like. Maria remembered her English teacher saying, "Never use filler words, they're mistakes." But everyone around her was using them, so were these people making mistakes, or was her teacher wrong? This leads us to Maria's second discovery. Maria started paying closer attention to natural conversations, and she noticed something fascinating. When native speakers talked, they didn't speak in perfect, complete sentences. They paused, they thought out loud, they used little words to fill the space while their brain found the right words. These are called filler words, and Maria realized they weren't mistakes at all, they were tools. Let me explain what I mean. One day, Maria's friend asked her, "So, what do you think about the new policy at work?" The old Maria would have frozen. She'd think silently for 10 seconds, then give a perfect answer. But silent pauses feel awkward. They make people uncomfortable. The new Maria said, "Well, I mean, it's interesting. I think, it could work, but we'll have to see." And her friend didn't notice the filler words at all, because that's how real people talk. Filler words do 3 important things. First, they give you time to think. Your mouth keeps moving while your brain finds the words. Second, they make you sound natural. Perfect sentences sound rehearsed. Filler words sound spontaneous. Third, they help conversations flow. They're like bridges between your thoughts. But here's what Maria learned: you have to use them correctly. Too few and you sound like a robot. Too many and you sound unclear. Maria practiced this balance. She used "well" when she needed a moment before answering. She used "I mean" when she wanted to clarify something. She used when she wanted to check if someone understood her. She said things like, "I wanted to go to the party, but I mean, I was really tired, Or, "So anyway, I was thinking we could meet up later." And people responded to her more naturally. Conversations felt easier, more comfortable. This was a breakthrough for Maria. She was starting to sound less like a textbook and more like a real person. But then she discovered something even more important, something that changed everything. It happened when she was watching a TV show one evening. She had English subtitles on and she noticed something odd. The subtitles said, "What are you going to do?" But the actor said something that sounded like, "What you gonna do?" Maria paused the show. She replayed it. The subtitles said one thing, but the sound was completely different. And that's when she made her third discovery, the one that would unlock everything. Maria realized she'd been taught written English, but spoken English was completely different. Native speakers don't pronounce every word separately. We blend them together. We create shortcuts. We have a secret code. This is called connected speech, and it's probably the most important thing you'll learn today. Let me show you what Maria discovered. She went back to that TV show and listened carefully. People weren't saying "going to," they were saying "goanna." They weren't saying "want to," they were saying "wanna." They weren't saying "got to," they were saying "gotta." Maria felt like she'd discovered a treasure map. Suddenly, everything made sense. This is why she couldn't understand movies. This is why native speakers sounded so fast. They weren't speaking faster, they were speaking smarter, they were using shortcuts. Maria made a list. She started collecting these sound changes everywhere she heard them. Going to becomes gonna, I'm gonna call you later. Want to becomes wanna, do you wanna come with us? Have to becomes have to, I have to finish this today. Got to becomes gotta, we've gotta leave soon. Out of becomes outta, we're out of time. But it wasn't just about these specific phrases. Maria discovered something even bigger. Words connect to each other, they link together like a chain. When a word ends with a consonant and the next word starts with a vowel, they join. Turn it off sounds like tourtoff. Pick it up sounds like pite up. Check it out sounds like tout. Maria practiced this in front of her mirror. At first, it felt strange, like she was speaking incorrectly. But then she tried it in real conversations, and something magical happened. People understood her more easily, she understood them better, and suddenly English didn't feel like a foreign language anymore, it felt natural. But Maria also discovered something about the letter H. When words like him or her or his come in the middle of a sentence, the H sound often disappears. Tell him sounds like tell. Give her the book sounds like give her the book. Is his car red sounds like is his car red. This was mind-blowing for Maria. She'd been pronouncing every H clearly. No wonder she sounded different. And there was more. Maria learned that did you becomes. Did you eat becomes eat. Did you see that becomes see that. The same thing happens with would you and could you. Would you help me becomes would help me. Then Maria noticed something else. Sometimes the T sound in the middle of words gets very soft or disappears completely. Water sounds like waiter. Better sounds like better. Little sounds like. Get it sounds like. Maria felt overwhelmed at first. How could she remember all of this? But then she realized something important. She didn't need to memorize rules. She needed to listen and copy. So she started doing something called shadowing. She'd play a short video clip, pause it, and repeat exactly what she heard, not what the subtitles said, what she actually heard. And slowly, day by day, these patterns became natural to her. But Maria still had one more problem. She knew the words, she understood the grammar, she even knew about contractions and connected speech. But she still didn't know what to actually say in conversations. That's when she made her fourth discovery. Maria opened her textbook one day and laughed. She'd been learning phrases like "how do you do" and "I am pleased to make your acquaintance." But nobody actually said these things. She realized her textbook was teaching her English from 50 years ago, maybe even 100 years ago. So Maria started collecting real phrases, the things native speakers actually say every single day. She learned that instead of asking "how are you," people usually say, "How's it going? What's up? How are things?" And instead of answering "I am fine, thank you," people say, "Not bad. Pretty good. Can't complain. Same old, same old." These small phrases changed everything for Maria. She started sounding like she belonged. When someone said something she agreed with, she stopped saying "yes, I agree with you." Instead, she said, "Exactly. For sure. Absolutely. I know, right." When she wanted to politely disagree, she stopped saying "I do not think so." Instead, she said, "I'm not so sure about that. I see what you mean, but actually I think differently." Maria collected these phrases like treasures. She wrote them in a notebook. She practiced them when she was alone. She learned phrases for showing interest. "Really? No way. That's crazy. Tell me more." She learned phrases for talking about time. "In a bit" means soon. "Ages ago" means a long time ago. "The other day" means recently. She learned casual responses. "That makes sense" means I understand. "Fair enough" means that's reasonable. "It is what it is" means we can't change it. "Whatever works" means I'm flexible. Maria even learned conversation connectors. By the way, introduces a new topic. Speaking of which connects to what was just said. To be honest, prepare someone for your real opinion. One day Maria had this conversation. "Friend, hey, how's it going?" "Maria, not bad, thanks, what's up?" "Friend, I'm thinking about changing jobs." "Maria, really, tell me more." "Friend, well, I'm not happy where I am." "Maria, that makes sense, have you found anything?" "Friend, a couple options, we'll see what happens." "Maria, for sure, by the way, did you hear about the party next week?" The conversation flowed perfectly. Nobody could tell English wasn't Maria's first language. But Maria noticed something else. Even though she was using all these new techniques, sometimes she still said things that sounded off. She was making mistakes that were technically correct but sounded unnatural. This led to her fifth discovery. Maria realized that some things she learned in her textbook were actually making her English worse. Let me give you an example. Maria used to say "please" in every sentence. Her teacher told her this was polite. So she'd say, "Please, can you please tell me please where the station is, please?" One day, a native speaker gently told her, "You don't need to say please so much, once is enough." Maria was shocked. She thought she was being polite, but actually she sounded overly formal and nervous. She learned to say, "Could you tell me where the station is, please?" or even just, "Where's the station?" Maria also noticed she was using the "too much." She'd say, "I love the dogs" when she meant dogs in general, not specific dogs. She learned to say, "I love dogs" when talking about all dogs, and "I love the dogs" only when talking about specific dogs she knew. Another problem, Maria was starting too many sentences the same way. "I think that," "I think that," "I think that." It sounded repetitive, so she learned to vary her expressions. "In my opinion." "To me." "I'd say." "Personally." "I feel like." Maria also realized she was being too formal in casual situations. She'd say things like, "I must depart now," when she was leaving a friend's house. Her friends would laugh, not in a mean way, but because it sounded so formal. She learned to say, "I gotta go," or "I should get going," or even just "see ya." And here's something interesting Maria discovered. She was using very way too much. Very good, very tired, very hungry. Native speakers use more interesting words. Instead of very good, great, excellent, awesome, fantastic. Instead of very tired, exhausted. Instead of very hungry, starving. These small changes made Maria sound more natural and more interesting. But the biggest change came when Maria learned about formality levels, and this was her sixth discovery. One day, Maria had 3 different conversations. First, she met her best friend for coffee. They laughed and joked and used casual language. Then she had a meeting at work with her team. She spoke more clearly but still friendly. Finally, she gave a presentation to senior managers. She used formal, careful English. And Maria realized something important. Native speakers change their English based on the situation, like chameleons changing colors. This was a revelation. Maria had been using the same style of English everywhere, and that was the problem. Let me show you what Maria learned. With close friends, native speakers are very casual. "Hey, what's up? Wanna grab food? I'm starving." Lots of contractions, casual words, even slang sometimes. At work with colleagues, people are still friendly but clearer. "Hi, how are you? Would you like to get lunch? I'm pretty hungry." Still natural but more complete sentences. In formal situations like presentations or meetings with important people, English becomes more careful. "Good morning, everyone. Shall we begin? I'd like to discuss our quarterly results." Less slang, more complete, clearer pronunciation. With strangers in public, people are polite but natural. "Excuse me, could you help me? I'm looking for the subway station." Maria practiced switching between these styles. At first, it felt strange, but soon it became automatic. She learned to read the situation and adjust, and people responded better to her because of it. But Maria still felt like something was missing. Her words were right, her grammar was good, but her speech still didn't have that native speaker music. And that's when she made her most important discovery yet. Maria was watching an English movie one night, but this time she wasn't watching the screen. She closed her eyes and just listened. And she realized English sounds like music. It has rhythm, it has melody, it goes up and down. This was her 7th discovery, and it changed everything. Let me explain what Maria heard. In every sentence, some words are stressed, spoken louder and clearer. Other words are spoken quickly and quietly. Listen to this sentence: "I'm going to the store to buy some milk." Native speakers stress the important words: going, store, buy milk. The small words get rushed: "I'm to some." So it sounds like, "I'm going to the store to buy some milk." These small words are like the quiet notes in a song. The stressed words are like the loud notes. Maria started practicing this. She'd say sentences and clap on the stressed words. "She's working at home today," clap on work and home. "Can you help me with this?" clap on help and this. "I'm going to call you L," clap on Geo, call LA. This rhythm is what makes English sound like English. Without it, every word sounds the same. The sentence becomes flat. But Maria also discovered something about intonation, how your voice goes up and down. For statements, your voice goes down at the end. "I like pizza." "She's going home." For yes/no questions, your voice goes up. "Do you like pizza?" "Are you coming?" For information questions with words like what, where, when, why, who, and how, your voice usually goes down. "Where are you going?" "What time is it?" For showing surprise, your voice goes up. "Really? You did?" Maria practiced these patterns every day. She'd watch videos and try to copy the exact melody she heard. Sometimes she felt silly. She was in her room copying TV characters like a parrot, but it worked. Her English started to sound musical, natural, real. But Maria made one more discovery, and this one tied everything together. After months of learning all these secrets, Maria felt overwhelmed. She knew about contractions, she knew about filler words, she understood connected speech. She had real phrases, she avoided textbook mistakes, she could adjust her formality, she knew about rhythm and intonation. But how could she practice everything at once? That's when Maria made her final discovery. She didn't need to practice everything at once. She needed a system. So Maria created a practice plan, and I want to share it with you now because this is what finally made everything click for her. Week 1, Maria focused only on contractions. Every time she spoke English, she used I'm instead of I am, don't instead of do not, and so on. Week 2, she added filler words. She practiced saying well, I mean, you know, and like in natural places. Week 3, she worked on connected speech. She practiced saying gonna, wanna, gotta, and linking words together. Each week, she added one new skill, and she kept practicing the old skills too. But here's what made the biggest difference. Maria talked to herself every day. I know that sounds strange, but it works. Maria would describe her day out loud while she cooked dinner. Okay, so I'm gonna make pasta tonight. Where's the salt? Oh, there it is. I should probably add more vegetables, you know. I mean, I haven't eaten enough today. She narrated her actions. She had conversations with imaginary people. She practiced without pressure. Maria also recorded herself on her phone. She'd talk for 2 minutes about any topic, then she'd listen back. At first, she hated hearing her own voice, but soon she could hear her own progress. She could hear herself sounding more natural. And Maria did something brilliant. She found one native English speaker online, just one, who she practiced with every week through video calls. This person helped her notice mistakes, encouraged her, made her feel confident. Week by week, month by month, Maria improved, and one day she realized something amazing. She wasn't thinking about contractions anymore, she wasn't planning her intonation, she wasn't consciously using filler words. It had all become automatic, natural, real. Maria had transformed from a textbook speaker into a natural speaker. And that brings us to the end of our journey together today. Let me tell you what happened to Maria 6 months later. She walked into a different coffee shop. She didn't plan what to say, she didn't think about grammar rules. She just said, "Hey, can I get a large cappuccino? Actually, make that iced, it's pretty hot out today." The barista smiled and said, "For sure, coming right up." And then something special happened. The barista started chatting with her. "You like iced coffee? Me too. I can't drink hot coffee in summer, you know." "I know, right? It's too much," Maria replied. They had a real conversation, natural, easy, comfortable. Nobody asked where Maria was from, nobody spoke slowly for her, nobody treated her like a learner. Because Maria didn't sound like a learner anymore, she sounded like herself speaking English. And that's what I want for you. Everything we talked about today, the contractions, the filler words, the connected speech, the real phrases, avoiding textbook traps, adjusting formality, using rhythm and intonation, and practicing strategically, all of these things work together. They're not separate skills, they're all part of one thing, sounding natural. You don't need to be perfect, you don't need to sound exactly like a native speaker, you just need to sound comfortable, confident, real. Start with one thing, maybe this week focus on contractions. Say I'm instead of I am in every casual conversation. Next week, add filler words. Use well and I mean when you need a moment to think. The week after that, practice connected speech. Say gonna instead of going to. Small steps, consistent practice, real progress. And remember Maria's story, she didn't change overnight. She didn't wake up one day speaking perfectly. She worked at it, day by day, week by week. But the work paid off, and it will pay off for you too. So that's Maria's journey, and now it's your journey too. You've learned the secrets today, the real secrets of how English actually works when native speakers talk. But knowledge alone isn't enough. You need to practice, you need to try, you need to make mistakes and learn from them. Every day, practice one thing, just one thing, and watch how quickly you improve. Before we finish, I want to remind you, you're not learning to sound like someone else. You're learning to sound like yourself, but in English. Your accent is okay, your mistakes are okay. What matters is that you communicate clearly and naturally. So go practice, talk to yourself in English, record yourself, watch English videos and copy what you hear, find someone to practice with. And most importantly, be patient with yourself. Maria didn't become natural in a week, but she did become natural, and so will you. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. Thank you for trusting me with your time. If this podcast helped you, please share it with other English learners. Subscribe to our channel and let me know in the comments, what will you practice first? I believe in you. I know you can do this. Every conversation brings you closer to natural English. Until next time, keep practicing, keep improving, and keep speaking. This is Alex reminding you, you don't need perfect English, you just need natural English. Goodbye, my friends. Talk to you soon.